Alright, how did you find the test yesterday? Easy, right?
That's not fair. I thought about it on the doctor.
But don't will you partner with inventory?
Sure, I did it properly.
What did you partner with inventory?
Yeah, it's about no one technically knows. So yeah.
You partner in with a first episode, which we haven't discussed yet. That's why.
That's not our
Alright. Keep your iPads, notebooks. Bring out your notebooks or emails. Keep your iPads, they won't be needed for today. A makeup test will be scheduled together with the other absentees from the other classes. So we will just announce it on managed pack. Okay, so let's proceed with the lesson. Okay, so let's have a review first. Okay, when we are identifying and analyzing transactions, which we did during the unit test yesterday, okay, we had 4 steps, right? The first step was to identify the transaction. Do you still remember this?
Yeah.
Okay. Identifying transactions is the first step. Second step is analyzing, okay? And we stop here. We analyzed whether one is an asset, a liability, or an equity. Okay? So now we will proceed to the third step, which is transferring it to the journal entries, recording the journal entries themselves.
Should we have the software now?
Yeah, I know, but we didn't do recording yet. We just had analyzing and identifying transactions. That's not the recording yet. The third one is recording journal entries. The fourth one is key account. So after this, we will be discussing key account. Okay. Alright. So let's analyze. Let's go about how to record journal entries. Okay. So in recording journal entries, again, there's a specific format that you have to follow. Okay. So during the unit test, okay, we deemed it necessary to give you an answer sheet. But despite spoon feeding you the format already with the tables, a lot of you still got it wrong. Okay? The amount was not put in the proper position. The table was not put in the proper position. So if that's the case, the next unit test, then you would have to construct your own table. And this is how it looks like. Okay? Review the format. We'll discuss each component, but please copy them first. Okay? So we have 4 rows. Rows to columns. Columns. 4 columns. Okay? Date, particulars, debit, and credit. Okay, we'll discuss each component. DR stands for debitor. DR stands for creditor. This is just an example of how it's done. But we'll discuss how you input the particulars. Okay? So take note of the format. We will be using this up until the end of the semester. For this one? Yes, immediately. But when you're writing the shortcut of debit and credit, which we accept, DRCR, yes, you can do this, DRCR. Because you're just writing it at the header, you're not going to repeat it afterwards. So we accept the DRCR. It's accepted in the accounting world, in the business world, that if you write DR and CR, it automatically stands for debit and credit. So we can use it in this class.
Sir, 3 zeros talaga.
What?
3 zeros talaga. 100.000.
It's 100,000. It's a comma. Okay, so these are just example values. We'll go about how to record them. Go.
Sir, what's this hard?
We will discuss the double entry is harder. Once you know where to put it already in the double entry, you already know how to do things. So if you got all the double entry bookkeeping answers wrong yesterday, then you will have to be doing it. We will discuss that later. Alright. Quiet. Okay, let's discuss the components now. Okay. First component is of course the date of the transaction. Okay. We accept numerical versions of the date. So for this one, it's July 4, 2017. Okay. So it's 07/04/2017. Date of transaction is important because it gives the accountant, it gives the business easy reference and verification when you're looking at the transactions, when you're looking at the entries. Okay, so first important component is the date. You already know how the transactions look like in the exam, right? So when you're dealing with this, you already know which date it falls under. Okay. Questions? Wala naman, wala. Okay. Second.
Sir, I have a question. Kailangan mag-init yung format?
Yes, the format should be like this.
How is it about
That one's different. Alright. For the components, second component is the account that you debit. In this case, the account that we debited is the cash. Okay? That's why it's the first one on the list. Okay? So, whichever accounts that you debit, it should always be the first one. Okay? So, kung madami kang accounts na i-debit, kailangan sunod-sunod sila. Okay? You don't do it simultaneously, debit, credit, debit, credit. No. It should be all debit first and then all credit. So in this case, the only debited account is cash. So it's on the left side. Okay? And then the third component is the account that you credit. And the account that you credit here is accounts receivable. Okay? Why do you ask why it's indented? Okay? Because the credit account is always on the right side. Right? Here, the debit is on the left. Particulars, debit, credit. So the credit account is on the right side. That's why you indent the credited account here. Okay, the indentation is important. Okay, if you don't indent, it will automatically be assumed that it's in debit, even though you put it in credit. So it's very important that you indent all credited accounts. So in this case, accounts receivable is credited. That's why it should be indented from the left margin to separate it from the debit account.
Scarf.
Okay. We'll discuss what debit and credit is later, but let's look at the components first. Okay. So next column, okay, should be the money columns. Okay, the money columns. Stop talking with each other so you can copy faster. Go. CR pass. Make sure you're going.
Pakita naman fast number.
Okay. Number 4. Number 4. It's called the money columns. The money columns show you the different amounts involved. So in this case, it's 100,000. Okay, so we have two money columns. One is for debit, one is for credit. Okay, and it's matched with the corresponding account. Okay, so the amount that you debit and you credit, okay, is shown in the money column. So we always have two money columns because if you debit something, you always have to credit something, so they will balance out. Okay, we'll get to that later. Computer. Give me next. Week. Java robot.
Should we understand? He's the best teacher.
And but that still depends on the makeup test. Because if they haven't taken the test yet, we can return the test. Yes, but they might have an easy. Alright. Questions so far? None? Okay. So the money columns, gentlemen, okay, are as follows. The debit should always be on the left. Credit should always be on the right. Diba? Left, right, up. Debit should always be on the left, credit should always be on the right. Okay, and your money columns should always equal each other. So whatever amount you put in the debit column, it should equal to whatever is put in the credit column. In this case, it's both 100,000. It's similar to the double entry bookkeeping, right? When you put something on the assets part, you have to balance it out with the liabilities and equities. But this one assumes that you already know which account it falls under, so you debit and you credit it. Because this one comes after that. So parang when you do the assets, liabilities, equity, you transfer into this one. So you already know where it goes.
Assets is the credit is liability.
We'll discuss that. Okay. And what's important also to note is that you can only put one digit per column. Only put one digit per column. For some of you who put several digits in one column yesterday, then I'm sorry, we have to mark it wrong. Okay? For this one, it's supposed to be one digit per column. Okay? Don't tell me that I didn't tell you this prior to the unit test.
Sure you did. Why you're moving it?
That's an underline.
That's six
Oh,
digits.
that's one.
That's six.
One amount. One and a half. Oh. That's one amount per column.
What amount?
Hey.
Nice and quiet. I got you.
I'll draw a marker again.
Sure, how much more stuff?
What? So if you have several debited accounts, you can't put them in. You can't put all of them in one column. You have to separate it. You have to separate it per row. You have to separate it per column. Okay, you understand more of this when we get to the example. Okay.
Wait, so it's one amount.
One amount. Column. You can't put two amounts in a single column. So let's say for example, 100,000 tapos naglagay ka pa dito ng 50,000. No, that's not proper. Okay? Kung magde-debit ka ng two accounts, you put the one here, you put the other one in a separate column, you put the other one. Always be separate. Okay. And lastly, okay, no parenthesis for loss, and there's no currency. Okay? So if, let's say for example, you bought supplies, obviously there's loss in cash, right? So if there's loss in cash, you put parenthesis on the identifying sign. But for this, in this case, you don't put any parenthesis already. Okay? Because it's already identified as a loss once it was debited or credited, whichever account it falls under. So I'll discuss it. Basta no parenthesis. I don't want to see any parenthesis in this certain lesson. And no currency also. Derek? Okay. So let's get to the debit and credit terms. Questions first. Anyone? Questions first. Sure? Alright. So what's debit and credit? You've been asking me this, so keep quiet so you understand.
Behave naman.
Okay. What are debits and credits? Okay, yes. Oh, what are debits and credits?
Your debit card is you already have money inside the card. While if you use a credit card, you're owing money to the
What you said was correct, but that's totally unrelated to our lesson. Okay. So what's debit and credit, and why do we use it here? We use it here because it denotes the two sides of any account. Okay? Right? After this step, after recording the journal entries, you transfer it to the T account. So you post it in the T account. It looks like this. Let's say for example, this is cash. Okay? This is divided into two, which is debit and credit. And once you input it in the journal entries as debit, that's when you transfer it here to the T account of the debit of the cash side. Kaya siya ganon. So they don't really stand for anything. It's just the sides of the T accounts. This is the T accounts. We'll get to this after the recording of the journal entries. It's just called T accounts because it's shaped like an entry. Okay. So how do we know now where to put the values? Okay, listen to this. This is kind of tricky. Sorry, it's quite small. Okay, we list it down for your convenience. Okay. When you're dealing with assets, what are assets? Cash, accounts receivable, equipment, supplies, inventory. Okay? When you're dealing with assets, you debit it if there's an increase. You credit it if there's a decrease in assets. Okay? So if there's an increase in cash, you debit in. If there's a decrease in cash, you credit in.
So for credit, what's the parenthesis box when you lose money?
No nga, no parenthesis nga. Okay. But assets should always be equal to liabilities and equity, right? So it's the other way around for these two. For liabilities and equity, you debit it if there's a decrease. You credit it if there's an increase. Similarly, for equity, okay, you credit it if there's an increase, you debit if there's a decrease. So if you gain capital, okay, you credit it. If you have an expense, since it is a loss, you debit it. Okay? We'll get to the examples, but use this as reference. Okay? Again, assets, increase is debit, decrease is credit. For liabilities and equity, increase is credit, decrease is debit. So we'll get to the examples. Okay? The example that we will be using will be the same ones we used for the previous lesson. So this is the Manolo B example. Remember that. The shoe shine. Go. That's why I.
Oh, you're gonna go near.
That's the same thing. You debit it if there's an increase, you credit if there's a decrease. Okay, make. Sorry, no, wait. Just keep your iPad. Sorry. For assets, it's always like that. For everything, you can switch. Debit is always on the left, credit is on the right. All right. That's why, diba, I showed you the format. All credited accounts should be indented because it's always like that.
Sure, you can explain it why it's possible.
If there's an increase,
Yeah, sure, why?
plus.
Sure, why?
Ano why? Because that's how it's always.
Here's why it's different.
Because they have to balance out, right? Or let's say, for example, you have an accounts payable. You gain supplies, let's say, diba? So pag nag-debit ka ng increase sa supplies, okay? And then let's say it's the same for liabilities. Magde-debit ka din ng accounts payable. What happens? It's not balanced. You don't put anything in the credit. Diba? That's why it should always be balanced, kaya it's the other way around. So you can debit and credit at the same time. Okay. So let's discuss the example. So it's clearer. Okay? Listen. Okay, because you will have worksheets again after this. Alright. Number 1. June 1. Okay? So Manolo B, in June 1, decided to invest 10,000 in the business in cash. Okay? So what do we write first? We write June 1, 2017. Okay? Now, second component is the debited account. What's the debited account here? Okay? Why cash? Because it's an increase in asset. So we have to write cash here. How much? Now, what's the credited amount? Why? Is it account receivable? What's the credited amount? What's the part if there's an investment? It's B capital. Why is it credited? Because there was an increase in equity. It's an increase in equity because you put in money inside the business. That's why you credit it. What? Right? For liabilities and equity, there's always, if there's an increase, you credit it. So in this case, there was an increase in cash, right?
Yes.
Oh, 10,000. That's why you debit it, because for assets, you debit an increase. And then there was also an increase in capital because you put in money. So you credit it because it was an increase. Okay. Okay. Let's have another example. What? Yes. Okay. Second transaction. For the second transaction, Manolo B bought shoe polish in cash from Shopwise. Since this is a shoe shining business, this is counted as inventory. Now, what account do we debit? We debit
Inventory.
why cash?
Lost cash.
You lost cash, so why would you debit it?
Credit.
So we debit inventory. Why? Because you had an increase in inventory. You gained stocks. Oh, what did you lose when you bought stock? Cash. So since it's an asset, it's a loss in asset, you credit it. So it's indented to the right. So it's balanced. Yes. The first one should always be debit. Lagi mo unang debit before credit.